a country where vicious drug cartels run rampant, that is Mexico. Hey guys, it's Chris. Today we're delving into a topic that's as gripping as it is unsettling. Brace yourselves, because we're about to unveil the shocking reality of these criminal organizations that have not only infiltrated Mexico's society, but also left a profound mark on the international drug trade. Stay tuned as we uncover the intricate history, complex dynamics, and the challenges that continue to plague both Mexico and its neighbors. Due to these ruthless cartels, picture this: a world where drug cartels wield more power than the government itself, where billion-dollar profits are made from heinous crimes, and where the lives of innocent people hang in the balance. This video is your access pass to understanding how Mexico, once a land of rich history and culture, has become a battleground for control between drug lords and government forces. From the origins of opium cultivation in the 1860s to the staggering amounts of fentanyl flooding across borders, we're diving headfirst into the roots of this crisis. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid many times more potent than heroin, has become a significant player in the drug trade, contributing to an alarming rise in overdose deaths and posing new challenges for law enforcement. If you find this video interesting, it would be great if you could support us by hitting the like button. Now, let's get started. In the 1860s, seeds for opium-producing plants found fertile ground in Mexican soil. This cultivation was influenced by Chinese immigrants, who had developed a fondness for opium under British colonial rule in China. This period marked the beginning of a significant change in drug cultivation and trade throughout South America. Mexico's proximity to the United States made it a hub for smuggling and bootlegging, and it came to play an important role in the propagation of illegal drugs. The Prohibition era swept across the United States. Mexico's role in the shadowy world of narcotics intensified. When alcohol became the forbidden fruit, Mexico readily supplied the demand for liquor. As laws shifted and marijuana gained popularity, Mexico once again adapted to the evolving drug market. The symbiotic relationship between the United States' demand and Mexico's supply formed the foundation of what would later become a billion-dollar industry. By the 1980s, the United States drug trade market had ballooned to over $100 billion. This exponential growth didn't go unnoticed by the United States government. Enter President Nixon's declaration of the infamous War on Drugs in the 1970s. Collaborating with the Mexican government, the United States Drug Enforcement Administration launched large-scale campaigns aimed at eradicating drug cultivation sites. Despite temporary setbacks for the Mexican drug market, these efforts inadvertently led to a cartel power shift, with leaders dispersing to establish new territories for drug cultivation and money laundering operations. Meanwhile, Mexico faces a currency crisis. The United States promises economic assistance and demands that Mexico cooperate with DEA drug investigation. The DEA, along with the Mexican government, burned the marijuana fields of the Guadalajara cartel, which was Mexico's largest drug grower. Enraged by DEA's successful operations against them, the Guadalajara cartel bosses targeted DEA agents, culminating in the kidnapping, brutal torture, and murder of DEA agent Enrique Camarena. This incident led the United States to act relentlessly, attacking the cartel and wiping out key figures. But the effects of the crackdown were only temporary. The early 2000s ushered in a new era, as the aftermath of the September 11 attacks prompted the United States to tighten its air and maritime security. While a blow to South American drug cartels, this bolstered vigilance led them to reroute their operations through the Mexican overland route. The result? A significant shift in power dynamics, with Mexican cartels assuming control over the drug trade that was once dominated by their South American counterparts. Delving into Mexico's internal history, we find the roots of a political landscape that ultimately enabled the rise of the cartels. Following the Mexican Revolution of 1910, the Institutional Revolutionary Party emerged as a dominant political force. Pledging social democracy, the party held sway for 7 decades, establishing stable governance, but also nurturing corruption and injustice behind the scenes. Collusion between administrative bureaucrats, labor union leaders, and specific interest groups became rampant, blurring the line between contributing forces and criminal entities. Intriguingly, the Mexican government didn't just turn a blind eye to these developments. It actively engaged with criminal organizations, leveraging them as political tools while accepting substantial bribes in return. This symbiotic relationship led to the emergence of unwritten rules between the Institutional Revolutionary Party and the cartels, designed to maintain a semblance of control. However, the allure of the United States market and the need to appease American interests pushed some cartel officials into Mexican governmental positions. As the new millennium unfolded, a turning point emerged. President Calderon, who took office in 2006, declared an all-out war on drugs. He dispatched military forces and federal police to combat the cartels head-on, yet this war didn't result in a clear victory against the cartels. Instead, it triggered violent conflicts among these criminal groups, leading to the rise of new cartels and an endless cycle of bloodshed. The decision to confront the cartels with military might lead to their militarization, equipping them with weapons and resources, rivaling those of paramilitary organization. The collateral damage: over 200,000 deaths, and an intensification of crime across the nation. The decades-long collusion between the cartels and the government spiraled out of control as law enforcement officials and even politicians found themselves intertwined with criminal networks. An incarcerated Mexican drug lord, infamously known as Joaquin Guzman, offered to pay off Mexico's foreign debt, underscoring the extent of cartel influence. The cartel's activities extended beyond trafficking, encompassing legitimate businesses that held significant sway over the region's cultural, economic, and political stability. Shockingly, some regions favored cartel rule over traditional law enforcement, leading to a chilling realization of the cartel's irremovable grip. But the situation has far-reaching implications. With the breakdown of cooperation between the United States and Mexico, drug smuggling has surged to unimaginable levels. The United States-Mexico border has become a battleground against the relentless tide of drugs, with staggering quantities of fentanyl being seized. These seizures, however, only scratch the surface of the drugs flowing into the country. The cartel's armament rivals even that of the Mexican Regular Army, signifying their unwavering commitment to survival. As we grapple with the complex realities of Mexico's drug cartels, it's clear that this issue goes beyond borders. The impact reverberates internationally, and finding a resolution is a monumental challenge. The deep-rooted collusion between cartels and governments, coupled with the violent conflicts they engender, make the situation seem insurmountable. The road to change is fraught with obstacles, but it's essential that we shed light on these issues and collectively work toward a safer, more stable future for Mexico and the world. Our journey through the world of Mexican drug cartels has been both illuminating and sobering. The shadows of history, corruption, and power struggles have painted a complex canvas of a nation held hostage by criminal forces. As we step away from this exploration, let's remember that knowledge is power. By understanding the roots of this crisis, we can advocate for change, hold those responsible accountable, and work toward a future where Mexico and its people can thrive once again. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content. Take care and see you in the next video. Goodbye!